Alright, welcome back to the Torch and Key Apothecary. So you might notice something a little different today, and that is that you can see both of my hands and me shuffling my cards. Now, I'm not at all a technologically savvy person, but I did get a new little arm that will hold my phone while I do these videos. So hopefully this frees me up so that you can see this reading in real time and know that I'm not just making these cards up. And my hope is that as we pull cards to determine what the energy is, that we'll have messages a little bit more in real time. Things that happen more organically, messages that come in even without my having to overthink it. Because I want these to be organic messages. I don't want them to be something that I'm putting just my spin on. Because at the end of the day, these are messages, these are archetypes, these are medicines that I'm intending for anyone watching these videos. So hopefully that resonates. Also, if you saw one of my earlier videos, it was very short. This is the deck. This is the Numinous Tarot deck that I had in the bag that I spilled my water in. And you can see, thankfully, that it's fluffier. It's not at all flat, but it is still intact. And in fact, I like it a little bit better. It's easier to shuffle. And I noticed that the cards don't get like stuck together like they do when they're like sleek and flat. So this is also going to be a test to see if how I've got the arm positioned is going to still be in frame, to make sure that you guys can still see everything that's going on. Now, of course, if it's not, it's going to be a learning opportunity for us both. But hopefully this is just a step in the right direction here. So let's get started just with a general energy for when you're seeing this video. This can be for any time and any day, and really any circumstance. And we'll start with a 3-card spread. For your present energy that is happening right now in real time, that is affected by your energy in the past, and how both of those things are going to bring you into the future. I'm sorry in advance if any of these cards do not make it into the frame. I'm going to try and hold them up so that you can see them better. Okay? So spirits, what do we need to know? What influences are in our past that are influencing us today? What do we need to know? We'll take either a card that flies out, or we'll stop and draw a card. Oh, okay. All right. So here we have the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks of generations. It speaks of things that have been built over a long period of time. This is a lot of wealth, a lot of stability surrounding wealth, health, and abundance. Those physical things in the past for us. So I think that we did at one point have a solid foundation under us. But this reading is in relation to our present and how we're moving forward. So before we really dive into it, spirits, what is the energy? What is our energy in this present day that is being affected by this past energy of the Ten of Pentacles? Again, preferably one card. Of course, if one pops out, one or more, and then they come back in another shuffle, we'll take them. I try not to be very structured or overly structured with these readings, just because that gives my squiggly brain and my Virgo tendencies time to try to put a perfectionist spin on things. And again, I don't want to put a lot of my overthinking into your reading. Alright, so we're going to cut the deck. Take the first card on the top. Also, I'm sorry for any wiggling of the camera because I'm working on a tray table still. But, ooh, okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Because our current energy is the King of Wands. This is the Mystic of Candles. It is a very fiery energy, but the thing to remember about the King of Wands, regardless of the gender that's pictured on the card, is that they are a leader. They fully embody their suit. They have gone through the journey of their suit, and now they embody it. They rule it. They're not ruled by it. Specifically for the King of Wands, they are a leader. They're a charismatic leader. Other people see their vision and they lead through this charisma and through this energy. So I'm thinking that you're stepping into, if you haven't already, I think you're stepping into this era where you have this really good idea, or you have some kind of charisma that is drawing people to you. You're very charismatic right now, or it could be a good opportunity to tap into this archetype. Remember that when we're doing these readings, we're looking at these as archetypes. So for some of you, I'm hearing the medicine is in faking it till you make it. Is in stepping into the shoes of this fiery archetype and kind of using spicy psychology to trick your brain. Because your brain is very much influenced by the stories you tell it. So I would trick your brain if you need to, because it's really not tricking it, to step into this fiery personality. What does it feel like to walk in these shoes? What does it feel like to walk with a swagger in your step? Try it out a little bit. You might feel silly to start, and that is perfectly fine. But I'm very excited about this energy. Let's go through the reading, and if we need to pull some cards to get some more information on these, we will. It's interesting, and I'm still pulling some energy here from past to present, because I think you're doing something in a new way. I think you're leaving some kind of safety behind, but you're so confident in an idea or in a passion or in some kind of direction. But at the same time, I think that you know that this safety is still here in some way. There's a lot of knowledge that you can fall back on, but you're doing something in a way that has not been done by the generations before you. All right, spirits. So what is our energy? Oh, okay. Okay. So the energy for moving forward into our future is the Death card here. I'm going to hold it up so that you can see it better. Now, with the Death card, just like any of the more wouldn't even say negative, just like any of the archetypes that cover darkness or attachments, I would not be afraid of death. It is nothing to be afraid of. Oftentimes in the tarot, it's not even referencing a physical death, but it does speak to cycles. It speaks to things that don't serve us anymore, that have to be set to the side. They have to be put to rest in order for something new to take its place. So it's a beginning and an ending all in one. And I was really picking that up with the back and forth of your past and your future. Because every moment that we are in the present, we have another moment in the past here. So we're constantly in this death and rebirth cycle. We're constantly letting the past go behind us as we step into the future. We almost sit in the middle of so perfectly in the middle of the past and the present, that is where the magic happens. That is where we use our free will. That is where we create from. So I'm hearing to leave the safety of something in your past behind you and trust that you know that you have grown wiser because of it. But I'm hearing to let it go now because you're playing a little too safe. Because this safety, this structure has already been made. I feel like you can't grow more in this because it is already complete. The 10s in tarot are in themselves a death and rebirth. They are the end of their cycle. You have completed something. You're ready to go on to something new. But you, as this King of Wands, have learned everything there is to know. And you're ready for something new. I think you want that spark of something new. So let's pull one card for each of these, just to determine what else there is that we need to know about these energies. So, spirits, give me a card for each of these, please. And I say in every video, take these how they resonate for you. Ooh, okay. It landed perfectly on the present, so we're going to keep it there. All right, what about the past, Spirit? So take this energy as it resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. But also leave this video open-ended enough that if you were to come back to it, you could reflect on it. Okay, we're going to take that for the past. Ooh, and that for the future. Okay, we love it. We love to see it. Okay, let's start with the past here. Ooh, okay. So for the past, our Ten of Pentacles is underpinned by this Explorer of Candles. This is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is often called the builder of the tarot because they have the idea, they have the passion. And unlike the Dreamer or the Page of Wands, who is still kind of playing with the idea or dreaming of what they could do with it, the Knight is saying, let's go forward. So I think that you know that you need to come out of this safety here because you're excited about something. I'm hearing that this maybe was a little bit stagnant here in the past. I'm getting like a stuffy library where like you logically know everything that you've learned, but it hasn't been put into true wisdom yet because you have not lived it. You have not used it. Knowledge without action cannot make wisdom. So I think you're itching to go on some kind of adventure. You're chomping at the bit right now. Now, that doesn't mean that you have stopped learning things, because our King of Wands, underpinned by the Page of Pentacles, is saying we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity in the physical world. We have taken one of the books off the shelf here, and we're cracking it open. We are seeing what we can do with it. What is the possibility here? So you're underpinning this excitement and this charisma and this leadership with a lot of genuine curiosity. You're thinking, what can I build for myself? Because this stability here, it was not built for the version of you that is stepping forward. Now, I love the Major Arcana because it does speak of overarching themes. It does speak in the narrative of archetypes. Because with the Death card, you are getting rid of, or you're leaving behind kind of all of the white noise, the things that you can't carry with you right now. And you're stepping into something that you are building. So we have the Founder, and this is very much the Emperor energy. The Emperor, they oversee their dominion, and they're pretty relaxed. They have their robes on in the typical tarot in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But underneath that, they also have their armor on, so they are ready at a moment's notice to go, to build, to do. So you are creating for yourself with this curiosity, this charisma, you're creating for yourself a solid foundation for the future. You're saying, what tome, what pentacle do I have that I can nurture with this fiery energy? If you're watching this near or around when this video is posted, we are coming up to the summer solstice. And that is a celebration of this fiery solar energy right now. So I think you are nurturing a seed the same way that the sun really warms the earth and just encourages something to grow. So I think that you have let enough fall away that you have made yourself more spacious for something to grow. And it feels like something that's very long lasting. You're ready to take action on this thing. This is like a solid, grounded confidence. It acts from a very grounded place. So I don't know what you are doing or what you have going on. I would love to know if you're willing to put that in the comments to say and share with us how it's resonating for you, how this is landing. But I am very excited. I would not at all be afraid of anything here. We don't lead with fear, but most importantly, these archetypes, they feel very good. They feel like you're going in a really good direction. So we'll leave the video here. I hope when I look back at this that the camera position has caught everything. If it has, great, because I think these are more organic readings than we were doing before. But go ahead, comment, like, share this video to anyone who needs to hear it. And I will see everyone in the next video. Okay, bye.